discipline is a major issue that we have to, that you have to take a firm stance on. You can't let one bad apple spoil the whole bunch. We have to take a firm stance on discipline. We've got to maintain that. Now, should we just throw those apples out? No. We've got to work with those kids. We've got to have programs in place where those kids can learn to become part of the system. Okay? Now, as far as the teachers, if we have a teacher that is not meeting the standards that we set as a board for our school district and for our students, if they're not providing the education that our students need, then we can't use those kind of teachers. We've got to have teachers that are going to challenge our students and are going to instruct and teach our students.
Thank you. Mr. Dimon?
I would say that discipline is very important in our district, and we have programs that are in place right now to handle discipline problems. I don't think that we have problem children. I think we have children problems. And one of the responsibilities of this district is to help those kids with problems. And we owe it to them to be able to help them. And I'm hoping that we don't have any bad teachers. And if we do, then there is a mechanism that is in place to deal with that situation. But again, I don't think that we have any bad teachers right now. You may disagree with me, but I think we have a good group of teachers now.
I have two children that are in the upper 20s and lower 30s that went through the Arkansas school system. And there are some teachers whose standards need to be raised. There's no question about it. And I don't believe that without board instruction to the superintendent, to the principals, that you're going to raise the standards within the four walls that you're responsible for, that it will happen. I mean, as board members, you talk about the policy, you set the policy, and then make sure that it's enforced. You cannot have a number of people employed in the school system without there being a few folks that their standards need to be raised. Same thing students, same thing on teachers. So I think that if you're going to raise the public image, you're going to have to do it where people know that on Arkansas side, you don't accept nothing less but good students, and you accept nothing less but good teachers. And make it a rule and just make it steadfast. You know, you go anywhere, the higher the standards, the higher the participation. And that's what we need.
Okay, but you're speaking from the standpoint of accepting students that have had problems at other schools.
Do what?
Is that what you're speaking of? Students?
He asked, are you asking about problem students transferring in from other
Transferring.
schools?
Well, no. I mean, I'm just talking about students that are disruptive, that disrespectful, and things like that, and teachers that don't perform at the level at which they should be performing. I mean, it's a fact. There's a few folks in every organization that need to have their standards raised. And if we want to get better than Texas High, and Liberty ILO, and everybody else, we got to have that standard up there where people say, boy, Arkansas, on the Arkansas side, it is the best.
Thank you.
And I agree with what Glenn said originally. I think the school is the foundation that the community rests on. It is by far the most important thing that we've got, and that's why it's so important, and the job y'all are running for is so important, because y'all control the future of this town. Almost, probably more than what the city board does, because you're educating the leaders for next time.
Thank you for your comment, your follow-up. Would y'all like 30 seconds to follow up on that? Is that something, or do you want to go to the next question? I mean, did you think you answered it? Okay. All right, Ms. Poindexter.
To select the teachers that they would have, because I knew there were teachers that could not add any educational strength to my daughters because they were challenging, might I say. And we do have such teachers. I'm concerned from the other aspect that we have students, not by no fault of their own, coming into the schools are very disruptive, have no intentions of learning, want to learn, and it's because of the background from which they came. What can we do to enhance the educational opportunities for these kids that we know are not going anywhere? And how do we build their character? And you're talking about community meetings. Can you bring those parents in and train parents to become parents rather than just throwing their kids out there in the streets?
Okay, who's up first on this one? Y'all help me remember. Is it Mr. Spears?
Well, that's a tough question. I'll
Mr. Dimon, you
give
go
it a
ahead.
shot. I don't know that the school district is in the business of
Right.
training parents, and that may be out of the purview of the school district. But we can certainly work with the children. And you talk about character education. Sure, there's a lot of things that we could teach a kid or try to teach a kid as far as honesty, integrity, respect, those issues that are not covered in a textbook, but we can certainly work with a kid to try to teach them those kind of things.
Okay, good. Mr. Spears?
Well, again, I agree with Mr. Denman. Kids don't come with an instruction book. And when you become a parent, you're learning. One issue that we do find is there are a lot of single parents. And a lot of single parents are working and don't have the time that other parents may have to spend with their children. How do you deal with those children that are causing a problem? I mean, as a coach, I knew if I had a disruptive kid, there was one kid that seemed to wind up on my team every year. And I'm not saying any name, but this one kid, none of the other coaches ever wanted to pick because they thought he was a bad problem. I never had one problem. I take it back. When we were in T-ball, he did a lot of running, and his mama came and asked me, says, "Well, why is my son running every time?" Well, because he's not behaving himself. Okay. But as that kid grew up through my teams, I never had any problems with that kid, and to this day, I'm very proud of that young man.
Thank you, Mr.